Your secret a mind to take.
Which is confrontation. Scene 1. Confrontation begins.
Your secret a mind to take.
The air hung heavy with anticipation, thick with the scent of damp and metallic tang of magic. The Scarlet Witch, a vision of crimson clad in a flowing gown, stood defiant, her blazing with crimson fire. Opposite her, shrouded in a cloak of midnight, stood Agatha Harkness, her silver hair flowing like a silver waterfall, her gaze piercing and ancient. The forest around them seemed to hold its breath, a hushed silence punctuated only by the crackle of mystical energy.
You can't handle this, Powers.
Your secret a mind to take. Feel the chaos magic.
Impressive, but not enough to defeat me. You should have stayed hidden. Wander.
Are formidable, Agartha, but I will not give up.
Reality shift. The group beneath their fits began to shift. Reality twisting like a kaleidoscope in the hands of a child. Trees sprouted impossibly long branches, their leaves turning into shimmering, kaleidoscope patterns. The sky fractured, revealing glimpses of other worlds, each more fantastical and disturbing than the last. Wander's eyes now blazing with an inner chaos, locked onto Agatha's. A wave of crimson energy erupted from Wander, searing the air with the smell of ozone. The very fabric of reality seemed to be buckled under the strain of her power. Agartha responded to the torrent dark incantations, the air crackling with the energy of ancient runes. Their magic slashed in a violent dance of light and shadow, a symphony of chaos and order.
I shall destroy that great theory. I'm the most powerful. It gives you liberty. I shall destroy that great theory. I'm the most powerful. It gives you liberty. You must all right with me.
A trap, clever, but I'm well prepared. No, this ends now.
Farter, mystical
Your reign
binding.
ends here.
The night sky shimmered with 1,000 twinkling lights, their ethereal glow illuminating scene with an otherworldly beauty. Scarlet Witch, her eyes blazing with fiery determination, raised her hands, summoning chains of incandescent magic. They lashed out towards Agartha, seeking to bind her, to control her power. Agartha, her ancient tome glowing with mystic energy, deflected the attack with a flick of her wrist.
I shall destroy that great theory. I'm the most powerful.
Her movement fluid and effortless. Trap unrealized. Wander's eyes glitter with cunning. A trap. A subtle manipulation of the reality she controlled. She etched a rune of binding into the shifting earth. A hiding trap waiting to be sprung.
Wander, this can't be.
Wander unleashed the final devastating blast of chaos magic. The air cracked, reality distorted, and the forest around them seemed to wither and decay. Agartha, caught off guard, stumbled back, her eyes wild with disbelief. The world around them collapsed, the earth cracking like an eggshell. In the heart of the ensuing chaos, Wander unleashed a final, desperate attack, her crimson aura engulfing Agartha. A twist of fate. Temmie's transformation. As Temmie screamed, her body convulsed. A surge of dark energy pulsed through her, her eyes rolling back into her head. Her skin paled, and a sickly green hue began to creep across her face. The air around her crackled with an unnatural energy, and the room seemed to grow colder. Agatha, freed from the book, stepped out into the real world. Her eyes, once filled with ancient wisdom, now held a sinister glow. She approached Temmie, her lips curling into a cruel smile. "My little vessel," she whispered, her voice a chilling whisper. "You will serve me well."
My little vessel, serve me well, serve me well, you will serve me well.
With a wave of her hand, Agatha sealed the deal. Temmie's body was now a conduit for Agatha's dark magic, a vessel for her ancient power. The once innocent girl was transformed into a powerful sorceress, a pawn in Agatha's grand scheme. Temmie, now Agatha's avatar, awoke with a start. Her vision was blurred and her head throbbed. As she looked down, she saw her hands, now glowing with an eerie green light. She felt a surge of power, a sensation she had never experienced before. Agatha, pleased with her new host, began to whisper in Temmie's mind. She revealed her plans for world domination, her desire to reshape reality to her own twisted image. Temmie, though terrified, was also strangely exhilarated. The power coursing through her was intoxicating, and she found herself drawn to Agatha's dark vision. Chapter 2. A Dark Alliance. Agatha, now inhabiting Temmie's body, began to weave her web of darkness. She sought out other powerful beings, creatures of shadow and magic, who would join her in her quest for dominion. She found a coven of witches, their eyes burning with ancient power. She made a pact with a shape-shifting creature, a creature of shadows and secrets, and she forged a bond with a powerful demon, a being of pure evil. Together, they formed a formidable alliance, a force that threatened to plunge the world into darkness. They plotted, they schemed, and they gathered their forces, preparing for the day when they would unleash their power upon the unsuspecting world. Meanwhile, Temmie's parents, unaware of their daughter's transformation, grew increasingly worried. Temmie had been missing for days, and they had no idea where she had gone. They searched high and low, but there was no sign of her. As the days turned into weeks, the world began to feel the effects of Agatha's dark influence. Strange occurrences began to take place, unexplained events that filled people with fear and unease. Animals were disappearing, and strange lights were seen in the night sky. The authorities were baffled, unable to explain the strange happenings. But they knew that something sinister was afoot, and they were determined to stop it. As the world teetered on the brink of chaos, Temmie, now Agatha, watched with a cold, calculating gaze. Her plan was coming together, and she was eager to see it unfold. But she knew that there would be resistance, that there would be those who would stand against her. And she was prepared to face them, no matter the cost. The Awakening. As Agatha's influence spread, a young boy named Ethan began to sense something was amiss. He had always been sensitive to the energies around him, and he could feel a growing darkness creeping into the world. Ethan began to investigate the strange occurrences, following clues and piecing together a disturbing puzzle. He discovered a secret society, a group of individuals who were aware of Agatha's plans and were determined to stop her. The society, led by a wise old man named Elias, revealed to Ethan the truth about Agatha and her dark alliance. They explained that she was a powerful sorceress, a creature of darkness who sought to control the world. Ethan, filled with a sense of purpose, joined the society. Together, they began to plan their counterattack. They gathered allies, trained, and prepared for the inevitable confrontation with Agatha. Meanwhile, Agatha, sensing the growing resistance, intensified her efforts. She unleashed a series of devastating attacks, causing widespread destruction and terror. People were terrified, and hope began to fade. But Ethan and the society refused to give up. They knew that the fate of the world rested on their shoulders. They rallied the people, inspiring them with hope and courage. As the final confrontation approached, Ethan and the society faced off against Agatha and her dark army. The battle was fierce, a clash of light and darkness, good and evil. Battle goes on, Ethan got possessed by Agatha. But luck was on his side. He was able to repel the power of darkness with the little magic he was given by Elias. The battle was so tense. Then Ethan remembered his friend who is a Muslim who claims to have a holy book that can defeat any evil and dark powers. He immediately rushed down to him to ask for help. Jubril, Ethan's friend, finalized the teachings of the Holy Quran with him.
أشهد أن لا
He immediately rushed back to the battlefield. In the end, it was Ethan, with the help of his allies, who triumphed. He managed to defeat Agatha, breaking her hold on the world. The darkness that had threatened to consume everything was vanquished, and the world was saved. Temi, her body now free from Agatha's control, awoke in a hospital bed. She was weak and confused, but she knew that she had survived. She had played a part in saving the world, and that knowledge filled her with a sense of peace. Temi, now free from Agatha's influence, found herself in a world that was both familiar and strange. The events of the past few weeks had left their mark on her, and she was still coming to terms with everything that had happened. With the help of Elias and the society, Temi began to rebuild her life. She joined the society, becoming a mentor to young people who had been affected by Agatha's dark influence. She helped them to understand their own powers and to use them for positive purposes. Temi also became an advocate for peace and understanding. She traveled the world, spreading a message of hope and unity. She spoke out against injustice and inequality, working to create a better world for everyone. As the years passed, Temi became a respected figure, a symbol of hope and resilience. She had faced darkness and emerged victorious, and her story inspired countless others. And so, Temi's journey came full circle. From the frightened little girl who had stumbled into the forbidden library to the positive influencer of good and advocate of goodness. She had grown into a woman of extraordinary strength and courage. Her story was a testament to the power of hope, the enduring spirit of humanity, and the incredible potential that lies within each and every one of us. And thus, Ethan continued learning and studying the Quran with his friends, sometimes in the mosque and sometimes on a travel trip. He continues in order to know more about the great holy book. Untouched, unaltered, pristine, authentic, uncorrupted, flawless, and very powerful book of all. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا